What's up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jonah White. I'm an independent apocalyptic author. So right now I'm just going to give like a quick rundown of how my Camp Nanowrimo process has been this month of April, and if I've learned anything, and if I can offer any tips for any of you that are planning on doing Camp Nanowrimo in July or planning to do the official Camp Nanowrimo month in November. Now, I'm just going to jump into this video straight away. So right now, my goal for this month was to finish the first draft of my spin-off book to my Shadows of Darkness series. So if you haven't known already, I've released the first Shadows of Darkness book, and that is the title. And I'm working on Shadows of Darkness 2, Remnants of Resistance. So this spin-off book was like, well, it is like focused on a side character from the Shadows of Darkness series, and I had some people requesting that she gets her own backstory, so I decided to write a book about it. And I kind of had it planned where I was going to do this. I didn't know if I was going to do multiple short stories explaining her backstory, or like give her her own series, or just give her like spin-off books. But I decided to give her her own spin-off book because I felt like there was enough content to work with, and there was plenty of story to be told when it came to her background and how she got to where she is in the first Shadows of Darkness book. So, did I hit my goal? Well, it's April 29th right now, so I have today and tomorrow to completely finish this book. I would say I'm about 2,000 or 3,000 words from the end, from completing this book officially. Now, there are going to be a couple pockets, like maybe 100 or 200 words that need to be added, but I'm going to save that for the rewrite phase, because there's definitely going to be some rewriting, like editing phase there, because I started this book like 8 months ago, and I picked it back up to like add 50,000+ words to it to finish this book off. And there's probably going to be like minor continuity errors, or like maybe my mind's changed on like certain plot points or character development. So yeah, I'm gonna have to like go into rewriting this novel in a few places. So how my month first started off. Now, you saw 2 videos of me explaining my Camp Nanowrimo process and where I was at. I would say the first 2 weeks I was like on schedule, like, because I took the word count I estimated my book to be, and then divided it by 30. So what that came up to was like 16 or 1700 words a day. So the first 2 weeks or so, I would say I was keeping that word count consistently. After like the beginning part of the 3rd week, I started getting ahead, where I would do like 2 days worth in one day. But this kind of like led me to, I don't know, get lazy on that day that I didn't have much to do. It's like, because I would, let's say Monday, I did enough word count for both Monday and Tuesday. By the time Tuesday came, I was like, yeah, but I kind of completed what I needed to yesterday, so I don't have to hit 16 or 1700 words today. And that was a trap, because then I started falling behind, especially during the beginning of the 4th week of April, because that was like my birthday and everything. So I missed 1 or 2 days, so I fell completely behind on my schedule. And 16 or 1700 words is not an easy word count to hit. So I would say, for me, I would say I need to get out of a mentality where, like, if I get ahead of myself, I shouldn't be thinking the next day. I shouldn't be thinking about like if I got ahead, because if you got ahead, great, but we're gonna stick on schedule. It doesn't matter if you got ahead or not. That doesn't loosen up your load for the coming days. Another thing that I think I'm going to carry over for July, when I write my 3rd Shadows of Darkness book, is I'm going to be definitely setting up times in the morning to be writing, because I feel like that's the best time before I go to work and everything. I set an hour aside to like write. That way there's no distractions, because if I save it for the evening, well, guess what? After work, most of that day is gone, and you don't leave yourself that much time to work with if you aren't able to write during that time, or you're tired from work, or you're feeling tired and you need to get up early. Then it leads to procrastination in that time window gets very, very short. Whereas if I write in the morning and I get a lot done, the evening time can be for getting ahead or extra writing. That's definitely what I'm going to carry over to July. So my novel right now is sitting a little bit over 69,000 words, which is pretty good. I think the novel's going to be like 72 or 73,000 words when everything's wrapped up with this first draft. Now, that's a significantly lower number from my first two novels. The published novel, Shadows of Darkness, is sitting at 88,000 words. Meanwhile, my second novel, Shadows of Darkness, Remnants of Resistance, is in the editing phase right now. It's currently sitting at 115,000 words, which is a lot more than 70,000 words or what this one's going to be. So, which is fine, because this story, this spin-off book isn't trying to tell like an elaborate story like the Shadows of Darkness mainline storyline, but I think 70,000 is a pretty good number, especially for what this story is trying to do. And it's not like 40,000 words where it's on the border or in the realm of like a noveletta, or I hope I pronounced that right. So yeah, do I have any tips for you guys based off my writing experience during Camp NaNoWriMo? Well, I would definitely say set more time in the mornings to write. That way you can get a lot of your stuff done. Don't try to push it off towards the evening, especially if you have a bad habit of procrastinating and everything, because if you can't reach that time limit, that window's going to grow shorter and shorter and shorter, and then you're going to be feeling tired, and then you're going to write slower, you're not going to reach your word goals. I would say try to move your writing as early as possible. That way there's less distractions and less chances of procrastination. The second thing is, once you get near the end of your novel, of course you need your plotting charts. That way you know if you choose to skip around, you know what you can do if you're not someone that's sort of like dedicated towards writing in order. I would say write a list of like every scene and name them. Write every scene that you need to write or that needs to be finished, and then kind of like take a minute to like guess how many words are going to be needed to complete that scene. That way you kind of know, okay, we have some bigger scenes, we have some minor or little smaller scenes. I would say tackle the smaller scenes first. That way you can kind of get them out of the way. That way you can spend a little bit more time on the bigger scenes rather than spending a lot of time on the bigger scenes where like it can just suck up so much time, and then by the time you get to the little scenes, like you may have to cram in all of those things. That's just my opinion, because when it comes to getting the little scenes out of the way, you're kind of like building up momentum and you actually feel like you're accomplishing something. Whereas if you try to do it the reverse way, I feel like you're going to most likely, especially if you get stuck, you're going to spend too much time on these bigger scenes, and then the smaller scenes will feel, and it doesn't feel like you're accomplishing much. So those are two tips that I would say I have for you guys, because especially with the list, like, because I did that once my book was getting near the end. It's like, okay, I need to know where exactly I am, because I'm skipping around while I'm writing. So I wrote down 12 different scenes, and I wrote out like, okay, this scene needs 500 words, this one needs 2,000 words, this one needs 700 words, and that way I knew which scenes to tackle, and I would like highlight them off if I'm finished. If I get stuck on a roadblock with one of the scenes, I would just skip to another one and just write down a note like, okay, we need to finish this scene, this is where I'm at. And I kept checking that list every single day, and I was not going to stop writing until at least one of those scenes, one or two of those scenes was finished. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So I'm going to really work hard to like get these 2,000 or 3,000 words finished by the end of tomorrow, because that's the end of Camp NaNoWriMo, and then I can officially call this month a success because I completed the first draft of my spin-off book. I'm going to be jumping into like the rewrite editing phase right away, because I don't have much to do in regards to my sequel book, because it's in the editing phase until mid June, maybe a little sooner, and then I can probably jump into like some short stories for my sequel book, or I can like start writing on the third book in the Shouts of Darkness series. But I hope that this Camp NaNoWriMo recap or progress update has been helpful to you guys. Feel free to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends who are in Camp NaNoWriMo or are writers. That way they could possibly learn from my experiences or my mistakes, or maybe you guys can offer some input in the comments down below, as well as that this helps support my channel and it lets me know that this is the type of videos that you would like to see. And then I'll start making more videos like this, especially once Camp NaNoWriMo comes come July, or the official NaNoWriMo month in November. And if you are new to this channel, like honestly, I wrote my first religious apocalyptic thriller book, Shadows of Darkness, but written by Jonah S. White, which is me, and it's on Amazon and every other online retailer. And if you would like a free short story that kind of gives like a little bit of backstory to James Shannis, the main character of Shadows of Darkness, feel free to subscribe to my website, which is www.jonahwauthor.com, and then you'll get the short story for free. And then, as well as if you subscribe today to my author site, you'll get free updates and early news, and as well as like some perks when it comes to the release of my second book, Shouts of Darkness, Remnants of Resistance. But without any further ado, I'll see you guys next time. And I am working on how to write a page-turning second act and third act video, as well as like writing some editing tips videos, and like a little bit more of my marketing videos for my Journey of the Publication series. But I'm going to leave the video at that, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy writing.